Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline. Thanks for watching our show. Another great day in Pittsburgh with sports. Did that storm get you just a little bit ago? It looked like a monsoon here. I wasn't going to leave the house because I'm sitting next to little Z, and he said, watch that hair tonight. So. But hey, Smoking Jim's here in the house. Karen, Hall of Fame, is in the house. And little Z, a.k.a. known as Wally Chip, is actually filling in for Chip Hayner. And we have a substitution with Karen Hall. So I'm giving you the lineup here, folks. And she's also the head coach of CCAC on the north side, their basketball team. So we're covering a lot of different sports tonight. And wait till you hear some of the announcements that we have that we talked about at SIP Sports Bar. So we'll bring that type of stuff up. And you can watch us. You're already on Verizon 32 or Comcast 7, but call up your friends and tell them to start watching us on 32 everywhere. Verizon 32, and they can call in 412-831-3304. And for anybody that hasn't watched our show, and I know there's still a lot of people out there that haven't, we do What's on Our Mind to start with. And I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Again, this is Little Z, Zach Brenner, one of the hardest working young contractors in the city. Oh, he already set up his office. Wait a second. Is this a pen for the contract?
Business card. That's what we do.
And then we have Smoking Jim Frazier. And Karen, I don't know your nickname, but Smoking Jim told me it's Karen Hall of Fame.
That
so
sounds good to me. I like that. It fits.
And then you're in our first seat for Karen. What's on your mind?
Chad Ochocinco.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of that guy?
Well, you know, I heard he was saying that he learned his lesson, and, you know, it's good that the judge sat him down, and, you know, now everybody needs a second chance, and he hopes he gets a chance to finish his career one more time on the football field. And, you know, you got to learn how to keep your hands to yourself. You know, we all have moments where, you know, we get a little excited, but you got to keep your hands to yourself. He's a football player. Take it out on the field, not out on a woman.
That's a great story.
I appreciate you set the bar very high, and the only guy that can get close to you on it, well, maybe these two guys, but Smoking Jim is usually a tough act to follow. So you set the table.
I've seen him in
Here
action.
comes the Steelers' 5th-round pick.
Well,
hopefully not.
Smoking Jim, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. And Karen, what was you saying that Chad Ochocinco needs to do?
Keep his hands to himself.
I'm going to have a hard
Take it
time.
out on the field. On the field, Chad. Not in the home, the field.
Did you serve up a softball
Well, I
on
tell
that
you
one?
what, sitting next to somebody as beautiful as Karen Hall, I'm going to have a hard time keeping my hands to myself throughout this show.
Hold it, timeout.
Call it Theo.
Turn the cameras on.
30. We do a 30.
Here, I'll do the little T on you. My dad used to do
Let me
this
get the warning.
on some. No, here was a little T, or sometimes you got the big T. We got the little T.
Well, I tell you what, my spotlight player of the week, and Lil Z alluded to it, is I'm going into the 5th round with the Pittsburgh Steelers with cornerback Terry Hawthorne. And on paper, he looks like he's going to be a great, great player. But unfortunately, he don't play the game on paper. Hawthorne is out of Illinois. He's 6 foot, 195 pounds. He looks the part. He runs the 40 in 4.44 seconds. 34-inch vertical jump, 13 reps at 2 1/4. But this guy has a history of injuries. He struggled through foot injuries throughout his college career. Last year, I turned on the Illinois-Wisconsin game, and it was delayed briefly when he was taken off the field by stretcher, straight to the ambulance, to the hospital because of concussions. That has to be a concern. Now, in OTAs, I went over last week, and he was on crutches because he has a right knee injury. So another outstanding pick. I think this is the medical team. This is the MASH unit that the Pittsburgh Steelers draft in the 2013 draft. So that's my spotlight player of the week, Terry Hawthorne. Maybe he's related to Greg Hawthorne. Some of you guys may remember that. Can't make the club in the tub.
Exactly. Well, we're going to revisit that. We do another segment, Karen, that we revisit what's on our mind. Because sometimes guys like Smoke and Jim are a little controversial and Little Z, and we need to revisit some of that stuff.
Turn that camera on!
On the field.
All right. With no further delay, Little Z, what's on your mind?
Well, I want to give a shout out to Mike Butera, who's missing in action.
That's
Let me know what those Yankees are doing. At least call into the show and tell us how the Yankees are doing from abroad or wherever you're at right now.
Did you say?
Oh, yeah.
You're getting Smoke and Jim all excited here. Don't use words like that, okay?
What abroad?
We might have to move to the bigger team.
I'm sorry, folks.
These two are going to be in detention. Karen and I will just run the show
I'll
after
tell
a
you what,
couple
folks.
minutes.
I am looking forward to next week when Smoke and Jim goes to the 4th round and talks about a quarterback out of Oklahoma. So tune into next week's show where hopefully he's going to talk about the future of the Pittsburgh Steelers if Big Ben gets into another bathroom or situation. I love you, Big Ben. I'm sorry. I just threw one up for myself and I had to throw it home.
Okay.
Speaking of throwing it home, hopefully the Miami Heat respond tonight and get it done down there in Miami and send it to a Game 7. So that's what's on my mind right now. Thanks to everybody that came out to Sib Sports Bar last night. Tune into the YouTube show and check out Karen, who talks about her career at UNLV and all the great things she has going on at CCAC in the North Side. And I'll throw it back to Al Levine.
Thanks, Little Z.
Machine.
All right, here we go. First of all, I'd like to do my usual. The Unicycle National Tournament is coming up July 21st to the 27th. Get your uni. They even have Munis, Karen, which is a mountain climbing unicycle. They got racing. Dr. Trina Hess is the one that got us going with this. And it's down to my last little flyer here. I don't know what happened to another one. But Dave Crack, we're going to have to get you in here. I hope your people are watching and signed up for all the different events. Looks like it's going to be a great tournament out there and a great thing for this area. It's one of the few times that you have a unicycle national championship tournament here in Western Pennsylvania.
Probably the first time ever. I'm just going to go out on a limb. Probably the first time ever in the world.
That was a
Dave
good,
Crack.
And then we had Claudio Rosano, and he has the Come Ready bar, energy bar. It's a great
haven't
bar.
got one of those yet.
Well, I'm trying to work for all of us. So Claudia said he's going to try to bring some free bars in. And Crohn's.com, you have to check out their site. They help a lot of athletes and everything else, and they're having an event on June 29th that we're invited to. So we'll talk more about that in the next week.
Not a bad idea, Claudio, to get the 275-pound kids some candy bars, man. Like that's you want to appeal to a market, you know. Give me a couple of these things.
Well,
man.
read what's in there, my friend. There's a lot of good stuff.
Well, that's cool.
24 grams of protein, I think 5 grams of fiber, all kind of vitamins and minerals. You can't eat this thing. I got to save it as a prop. What's on my mind? Chip's missing. I drank the Kool-Aid for the Pirates. I'm still all in on the Buccos at, what are they, 12 games over 500? That's still pretty good.
They got bullied by the Reds last night, though.
Well, here's a stat, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up the Pirates. They've hit more batters this year than any other team. They've also hit 8 Reds, and the Reds have only hit 6 Pirates. So they're doing a quiet business with taking care of business. But to me, like I had talked on the show even last year when this was happening, I'm sort of an old school guy that if they throw at you, you got to throw back at them. And sometimes you don't wait. And there's other theories that you just play to win and you beat them. Well, you know what? I think it's gone beyond that. You got to get this out of your system. The other teams fight, and we might as well do it. If they're taking care of business, I don't really see it. And we'll revisit this in a few minutes because we're all opinionated on this. So, again, we're going to go to revisit what's on our minds. Little Z, you got anything you want to revisit right off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, this head case that the Steelers drafted in the 5th round, he's got
You can't
he's got
let
a
it
weak
go.
chin and a bad leg. So I don't know what Mike Tomlin and Kevin Colbert are doing over.
Well, is it a guaranteed contract that he got?
I sure hope not.
Okay, well then maybe it'll
Well, he got
cure
He
itself.
got some signing bonus.
Whoa,
money,
you get that, but
And he
maybe.
probably spent it on a car. And young man, stay out of the South Side after midnight. That's the tip.
Hold it. Wait a second. If you are going a mile down the road, call Brenner Contracting. They provide security. They'll drive you. They'll pick you up. Just call this number. Little Z, what is that number for Brenner Contracting?
412-583-5047.
Okay, and I wanted to revisit our CCAC coach here and Ocho Cinco. To me, I think that it was a little crazy. He just patted the guy. He didn't do it violently. It's more a sports type of thing, whether he's making fun of it or not. I just think that he's been so entitled his whole life that he didn't even think it meant anything. Then when he found out it did, it's too late. So I wonder if the judge shouldn't have just had a stricter sentence to start up with instead of getting upset about people laughing. These guys are entertainers in sports. You've played sports, so you know what it's like. It's entertainment, too.
Yeah, I get the entertainment, but once again, the hands. See, he got his hands moving again. And he was in front of her because he really had his hands moving.
Well, he can't catch the ball anymore in the league.
Well, you got that right, but he can, kind of move them in ways he shouldn't be moving.
And that's the best point of this.
But,
Right. But it was with the guy, his lawyer.
So now he's on both ends of the field.
We
he
don't
has
need
a man
to.
and a woman, so he really has problems.
I just wondered what your...
Maybe he needs to get in the ring or in a cage and take
Now
out his
that
frustration.
is a possibility. Chad, are you listening, baby? Where are you at? You're listening out there.
Shout out to Riddick Bowe, who got knocked out viciously in Thailand trying to make a kickboxing debut.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You know what? We got a boxing segment, and let's go to that.
Okay, let's do it.
Well, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to relax a little bit. We still got a few
Segment,
more
segment.
here.
All right, Chip, I'm filling in for you.
You are, and he's doing an excellent job. See, we got like the first top 5 that we do, and you're sitting in Chip's seat, and we'll get to that in a second. But if we're done revisiting any more revisitation, go ahead.
Let me just say one thing. Got my main man Nick Nice. He just emailed me, and I just booked him for one of the biggest events in 2014. We'll keep you posted. It's going to be something that Pittsburgh's never seen before, and I can't wait. And I got Nick Nice.
Where's he
to
from?
give me a
Whammo?
good,
Oh, yeah.
he gave me a good deal, and he's white. And he gave me a good deal.
Oh, I really like him now.
He gave me a good
Now that you
deal.
bring that up.
He gave me a good deal on the price. It's going to be an all-day event. Come on out and get your
The
two-step
price is
on.
nice.
Yeah.
Price is nice.
Price
I
is
like
nice,
it.
yeah.
I like it. Well,
I don't know. What's that doing in a minute? They need to go back.
Karen, they're adding a little bit of humor.
Yeah, they are.
And I mean a little
Just a
bit.
tad.
Definitely.
It's good that you're on one end and I'm on the other.
It's a good balance
It is
here.
a good balance.
They just can't work. Just so everybody knows, this is live TV. We have no cameraman in here. We're actually locked in the room. We can't get out if we wanted to until they let us out.
I got Karen. I don't want to leave. I ain't never coming home.
What about the draw straws?
And then again, folks, these are the personal opinions of Smoking Jim Frazier and all the panelists on here. They don't reflect the studio.
In no way,
So-
shape, or form.
Smoking Jim's doing a great job, people.
Just a
He's
disclaimer.
doing, I can see his hands. He's doing a great job.
Keep your hands on the table.
Hands on the
Hey,
table.
let me
Clap
see
the
those
palms
hands.
out.
Oh, he got some soft hands.
Oh, now,
We're going to slow the show down a little bit right now.
you know what? Slow it down. Turn the air up.
Here-
Turn it down. Slow
Hey,
the
turn
air
the
up.
heat up in Miami, please.
We'll get to that, Little Z, a little later, too.
Yeah.
Now, our next segment is Sip Sports Bar, and Little Z alluded to watch the show. It's posted up on YouTube right now. It's on the Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook. You can see it right now as we speak. Don't be afraid to like us. Check out the video. You'll hear great insights while we're getting silly here, and you can watch some of the great points that were put out on the show. Now, they have Campidi's Pizza, 50 cents a slice tonight at Sip Sports Bar. Thursday is Jumbo Wings, 25 cents. I heard Smoking Jim made a quiet appearance there last Thursday night at Sips Sports Bar for some wings. So.
Rod just called in and said that was a lie.
Hold it, Rod.
Wait, a lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Hey, I'll take a lie detector test anywhere you want. We were at Cal.
You have a pulse?
Just barely. Just barely, buddy. But I watch a lot of Seinfeld. If you believe it, it's the truth. So, and then Friday they have jumbo fish sandwiches, giant fish, $7.50, and they got entertainment every Saturday night.
Sweet.
Go to Sips Sports Bar after 9 o'clock. Karen loves the place.
Yeah, I'm in.
Great place.
She's
Five
in.
bars,
She
three
wants to
minutes.
come back as a guest. We're negotiating on that.
Great
Who was the
time, great
brandy
time.
last night?
Brandy,
Brandy.
brand new bartender.
Brandy.
Definitely. So you
that
gotta
wink?
come. You gotta come out there. Definitely. And then now we're going to one of my favorite segments, Fiction and Fact from Smoking Jim's Almanac.
Hey, thanks, Al Levine. I appreciate it. And I tell you what, I got to break out the Pittsburgh Warrior for this one, and we're just going back a few months, and I'll pass this around. And the headlines that I wrote was Homewood is the city of champions. Homewood boys and girls basketball team was able to win the championship.
Those are nice pictures. You
And-
take pictures too?
Yeah, beautiful pictures. You know, I'm not a good
That's full color.
photographer. Yeah.
That's full color in there.
Yeah, we're not a black and white paper at all.
Smoking Jim with the byline. Smoking Jim with the
You always
byline.
gotta check the ink, folks, and make sure that the ink is dry.
And the one good
job.
thing is we not only did I not only covered the game for the newspaper, but we were able to also have the game on TV. And I know a lot of people here in Bethel Park maybe has not attended a game at Westinghouse High School. But I tell you what, it's an event. When you get the City League is always better when Westinghouse is relevant, because the Alumni Association with Westinghouse is right up there with Central Catholic that has a very tight alumnus group. And I tell you what, they came out full effect. They played the City League game a little bit earlier than normal. The
Why
first
is
game
that?
was around 11 a.m. You know,
Obvious security concerns.
they had a scheduling event in the afternoon at Obama High School at 4 o'clock. They had a dance schedule, so they wanted everybody out of East Liberty by 3. You know, and we accommodated that. We had all the interviews, but it was a beautiful game, and the people from Westinghouse Alumni Association appreciated it so much that when I went over to cover the first annual City League All-Star game at Westinghouse High School, they were actually playing clips of the game on the big screen TV, and they showed so much love and appreciation. And I tell you what, a lot of people don't know, I grew up, and there's only one team I really had a desire to play for, and that was the Westinghouse Bulldogs, and my dad made it real clear that would never happen.
Wow.
But that's fiction and fact from Smoking Jim's
Here's a
Almanac.
fact. If
Thank
Smoking
you.
Jim would have went to Westinghouse, he wouldn't even be sitting here today. So pretty good fact that he was a Gator as the gateway probably for his benefit in the future.
There you go.
Fact.
Now, usually we do Chip's trivia time, but he's not here. So he was supposed to ask Karen to fill in.
I'm good.
Do you have a couple
Yeah, okay.
little trivia things?
I think you guys might be up on it, but let's see. Who was the Pittsburgher who broke UCLA's 88-game win streak?
You know I know it, but
I know you can't.
so I
You
won't
can't
say
I
nothing.
can't remember.
You can't remember?
No. It's tough being the oldest guy on this panel.
City League player.
It's tough being the youngest guy right now.
He
See,
broke
that's why they got us
UCLA's
over here.
88-game win streak.
Here's a little hint.
From the right corner.
From Fifth Avenue.
No, if I give a clue, you'll get it.
Chief, call in, help me out.
Oh, the Chief's eating his dinner right
You
now.
got
Hey,
one
he's watching.
lifeline. We'll give you one lifeline.
Okay.
All right.
You got one
Somebody
lifeline.
call in right
Somebody
now.
call in.
Where they at?
All right, so I'll give you the clue.
No, you can just tell us.
Fighting Irish from Notre Dame.
I give you another clue.
I'm drawing a
His
blank.
nephew played
Yes.
for the New England Patriots. He was a
Yes.
great defensive back for New England Patriots. That was his nephew.
Oh my goodness! You gave us everything.
All
I
right.
can't get it.
All right, here we go. Dwight, the Iceman Clay.
Dwight
Wow,
Clay.
okay.
The shot heard around the
Heard
world.
around,
Yeah.
shot that lasted,
job.
lasted a lifetime.
That's true. That was a heck of a streak.
And
was a heck
again,
of
that
a
was with
trivia
Bill
question,
Walton on the
Chip.
team.
That was a
and-
great trivia
Yeah.
question,
It was.
especially with a Pittsburgh
You
guy.
know, you gotta read the cover. Come on, you gotta get to the book, get to the pages.
Oh,
just
man.
not a
I
pretty-
lived through that.
Not just a pretty face.
I don't know.
I don't know, Smoking
Don't be
Smoking
teasing
Jim's over here
Smoking
chomping
Jim
at the
there.
bit.
Definitely. Well,
Yeah, he's
there,
rolling.
There's
You
your
need to
trivia.
stop.
there's our trivia. That was a good one. You shut the team out over here. What are you looking
That's
at?
your
Little,
answer key.
no
Not
answers.
what
buddy.
your lifeline, your lifeline.
No life. Oh, look, it's blank. Those are the answers.
Exactly.
And then Big Mike always has questions. You got questions like Big Mike does to give us a stump or two? You don't have to. We could just go into some of the other segments.
Nah, I don't
All right.
follow him.
We're not going to let you fill
Hey,
those
Alex,
shows.
there they go again.
Yeah, I know. We'll go to something that these two guys know a lot about,
All right.
and it's called boxing. And we got some information on.
Well, Al Levine better start reading up on it too. If he wants to be me.
I didn't say I didn't know boxing. You guys are always going like you're the boxing experts here. I'll let Smoking Jim. You want to? Jimmy Savetic gave you a little feature here, and I'd like to give you some FaceTime there, buddy.
And I tell you what, this is a great opportunity for Alan Levine, the Talking Machine, and myself. And I'm not a big TV person, but reality TV has taken over. And I tell you what, we have some people out of Hollywood, California, that came to Pittsburgh and want to put Pittsburgh on the map. And now they found a way to do it with White Collar Brawler. These folks have produced 85 reality TV shows, and one of them was Jersey Shore. Very successful people. They've already booked a second season for White Collar Brawlers. The first season will be here in the city of Pittsburgh, and we're going to get it all kicked off on Friday and Saturday at Wolfpack Boxing Club in Carnegie. And that address is 1000 Gregg Street in Carnegie, Pennsylvania. And Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and Smoking Jim will be giving the blow by blow.
Wow.
And
Sweet.
and then it's oh, thanks, Karen. And it's a great thank you. And I tell you what, if anybody's seen Contender,
Yes.
it won't be like that, but it'll be similar. It'll be similar because Contender was actually professional fighters who were up and coming that needed some exposure. These are guys who never had really an athletic background.
This is like a tough man.
Not even that. What it is these guys are white collar. Not only just white collar, but they also are corporate America. These guys have no background in athletics,
Did you
really
say
didn't play
backbone?
sports.
No
Out
backbone.
of shape guys, and we've taken them for 60 days, and we trained them with the professional boxing trainers.
Do we
and
know any of the trainers that have trained these guys?
Yes, we know some of the trainers, but I can't say it because
of the
it's
show.
because of the show.
Yeah.
It's almost like The Bachelor and stuff
Well,
like
here,
that. I
you
can't
got to
announce
be there
it.
at 6 o'clock.
Be there at 6 o'clock. But these guys, just to give you something that I can say, is these are guys that we changed their diets for 60 days. We got them professional trainers, and we took their passport away so they can't run. They got to get in the ring now,
What
brother.
was the qualification?
Hey, Smokey, why don't you tell the people that it has to be with the same employer, the way I understand it?
Well, I
did they
changed the
change?
rules.
Did
Rules were made to be changed. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Because I changed the rules a little bit. Initially, the rules was that it could be your boss, a co-worker that you had a beef with. But I didn't like the rules.
Well, people need to keep a job.
Yeah, they need to, you beat your boss up, you may be able to win on national TV.
Except that Brenner contracted
Yeah.
These guys will fight at the drop of a hammer.
Yeah, you could lose your job beating up your boss. So I changed it a little bit for people that were in similar backgrounds. And similar backgrounds is if you got a job.
What does that mean?
Still,
If you got a job.
yeah,
if you got a job.
Basically, people, what it boils down to is it's going to be a battle with some of the toughest tradesmen in the city.
No, corporate guys that go to
they're
work
actually-
with
Well, I don't think
with a
anybody
suit
from
and
the
tie.
Geek
They're
Squad
they're
is
changing their
stepping in.
suits for the
Yeah.
glove.
Yes, they are.
They're taking
Yes,
off
they
the
are.
suit
Taking
coat.
off the suit coat.
And I've been watching some sparring, and some of the guys have been getting a lot better in their sparring. So
Stored aggression.
How much are
That's
tickets
what
to
it
this
is.
event on in Carnegie?
I'm not sure, but it's affordable.
Okay.
Yeah, we won't turn
Here's what-
anybody away.
I can tell you what it costs.
Okay.
It's $20. You can get it online. Go to the Wolfpack. What is it here?
Boxing club.
Boxing club.
Wolfpackboxingclub.com. It's easy to
Okay.
go on their line on site. It's $20 for general admission, $30 ringside. I checked it out. It's not hard to find. You can go with the directions. It's pretty easy. 1000 Gregg Street. That's Carnegie. So it's not too far away.
And when is that again for the people that might have got up from the couch?
Oh, man, if they're getting up, we got to wait another minute because they're still struggling. That's 6 p.m. Friday night and Saturday night.
This
So-
Friday night.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
21 and 22.
And guess who'll be on time?
Smoking Jim.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get there too, just in case Smoking Jim's late.
Whoa.
No, I'm ready. I'm made for TV.
That's true.
For anybody that hasn't watched the show before and doesn't know about Lou Gehrig replacing Wally Pip, this is why we call him Wally Chip. This guy is looking for an opportunity. If he can't make his opportunity, he'll find one. So you got to watch him. Now we're going to change up a little on boxing. We got an event July 13th that you're excited about going to Mountaineer at
Yeah,
the
we
Harp,
got some-
right?
we got
So
some
there's some of
guys
your
from-
friends that are boxers.
World Class Boxing, Tommy and Kello and company will be fighting down at the Harvard Mountaineer July 13th. Some of the guys that'll be fighting are Billy Hutchinson. Trying to get Hutch out to Sip Sports Bar to talk to you guys in case you've ever
I heard he's
met
a beast now.
Billy Hutchinson. Yeah, Billy Hutchinson's a really lively little scrappy white fellow. Not
Time.
Just keep track. These two will go all day long. I don't care if you're
He
green.
loves beating up the brothers.
he is taking on a brother, as a matter of fact, too.
That's all he beats up.
Again, these are the opinions of
Yeah,
these
exactly.
Why
two.
you think he's so popular?
So we got Billy Hutchinson, Team Hutchinson fighting. We got Joey Holt. We got Morgan Big Chief Fitch. So we got a great night of fights going on. But what I'm really looking forward to and I'm really excited for, more so than the white collar brawler and everything going on, is August 3rd. Lightning Rod Salka, Paul Spadafora, Jason Bergman in the Strip District. These two gentlemen, myself, will be there. BPTV will be there. So you guys look forward to that. That's coming up.
Yeah.
It's really something I'm really looking forward to.
And it's a great event in the Strip. It's an all-day long.
All day. It's going to be like a little carnival, kind of street fair type of deal. It's going to be like a rib cook-off, so I know Smoking Jim will be there first before the gates even open up.
What is going
I'm
on
challenging
around
him. I'm
there?
challenging Smoking Jim bone for bone.
I'm there for the ribs and the strip.
Now, this
And those
isn't a
beautiful
strip
ring card
club.
girls.
No, exactly.
This is the
Clarify.
Strip
Clarify.
District.
Okay.
Clarify.
There's a lot of great food.
I thought this was a
Yeah.
blush.
No.
You lied to me, Brad.
No. It's the district.
How the
Now,
talking should be
31st Street
clarified.
Studios.
We have to.
31st Street Studios. It's a film studio that they've made a lot of movies locally here, like Batman and a bunch of other movies. It's going to be a big
My
event. It's going to
favorite
be
movie.
outdoor, under the lights. You know, I know Smoking Jim is prone to the darkness, but what comes from the dark will come to the light. So
Amen. That sounds like a script.
Well, just to give you a little insight, little Z, from an inside source, Bill Neal, I don't like to drop names, but I'm in an event and Smoking Jim's with me, and I thought we're friends, and he disappeared. So,
He's good for that.
okay, just co-signing that there, folks. So Bill
No
Neal,
question.
little
when
Z,
he left
wait.
you, they were giving away chicken at the Homewood Brush and Mall event.
No.
The light went up. The light went up. The light came
No,
on.
we're-
Smoking Jim was gone.
We're in God's country in Monroeville. We're eating pretty good at the old racket club up there. But Smoking Jim disappeared, and I found out his nickname.
Yeah.
His nickname is
The Flash.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman. And he never told me that. And now all he says is, "I'm Batman."
Hey, we were having a great conversation last summer. Just the two of us.
What happened?
We're cracking up the whole bit. I turned my head. He goes, "I'll be right back." He just,
Gone.
No,
I'll be right back. We were having a great time.
Yeah.
Batman was in the house.
then he was out of the
He was
house.
out of the house.
And I know that happens. Well, hopefully we'll see more of him August 3rd when he's sitting next to me announcing the
He
fight.
isn't going to have anywhere to run and nowhere to hide. And we got to make sure I have to personally pick these gentlemen up on Rod's the Champ orders and escort them to ringside personally. So they'll have an escort. So there's no reason why this isn't going to happen August 3rd.
No.
No excuse.
We were there.
I know.
I couldn't give you my description of how beautiful the campus is with fountains and everything else, and Smoking Jim didn't recognize it. And we did go to the football field, which was, "Hey, Al, I think I know it's up that hill." I go, "Really?"
Them guys down at Cal UTV wouldn't let me take the headset off, man. They're like, "This is gold. This is the best ratings we've ever had on campus." So they wouldn't let me get up. I was trying to take it off and come let you guys in.
Hold on. I know
They
I
won't
was
let me up.
texting you, and my kids who are young adults will tell you I'm not the greatest texter, but if I fired off 3 or 4 texts to little Z, and he waited till we were on the road again, heading home.
Oh.
So that shows you how quick he
Wow.
was. And they said they had a special mic'd them up. It was extra large. And they said, no, it took 2 people to take it off of him. That's how much he loved being the center of attention there.
Hey,
So,
clever's clever.
and he did well. And that was the gentleman's first promotion there.
Fantastic.
So he said that Z was the best announcer he ever had. But that was his first announcer, so don't let it go to your head too much, my friend.
That might be his last announcement, too. So
And that shows how close we were. I just grew my fingernails back from scratching that plexiglass there when she said, "I never heard of you two guys."
Well, for the record, folks, I've never been denied access to anywhere in any place, so there's no stopping me anyway. So I would have been in there no matter what.
Well,
if it was the 3 of us, we would have been in there. So
Well, there's no doubt. I'll give you my Meadows story when it was his birthday, and all these people were crying by the rail. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, Lois, shout out to Lois, she raised this guy. Just take their chairs. And they did. They had 8 chairs. He takes no credit for that. But then when these people were like, they took our chairs, it's his birthday, they said. So the people were standing the whole time. We were eating cake, gambling, watching horses. And they said, hey, we grabbed the seats. Possession's 9/10 of the law. And in Munhall, it's 100%.
shout out to pelgerlaw.com, 461-1900.
We didn't call him that night. You can't be promoting that.
Sorry, Brad.
Well, I think we covered the boxing. Now we like to do the Pirates, and they got Morton on the mound tonight, and I think he's going to do a lot better. They probably started. I wish my biggest fan, my sister, wasn't in New Jersey right now because she'd give us an update. She would update us on Penguins and Pirates and whatever else.
Pittsburgh Sports Nation does a good job of keeping me up to date on all that stuff.
Well, is he sending you anything right now?
No.
Then how good is he? And he's missed out on our show the last few weeks.
Well,
Big
he
Mike
was trying
D.
to win the Yugoslavian.
Hold it a second. We're going to change gears from the Pirates to the Serbian basketball championship team.
Best
by-
Serbian team in the city.
Well, from what I heard,
Until
the
they beat Germany.
Draculiches
Murder,
brought
murder.
home a winner, and we'll have to hear when Big Mike D is going to try to make next Monday. That'll be his first appearance in about a month. So
I'll
we'll
give
see.
you a little scouting report on me, Mike D. I can't make a layup with my left hand, so if you can stop me, and force me to the left, you might have a chance.
Come on over to Coach Hall's camp. I'll get you ready for that.
Yeah,
I'll get you ready for that.
and where are you located, Coach?
411 Northbridge Avenue on the north side, CCAC Allegheny.
And
Come on over to the
you have a
North
phone
Side.
number so you can get that direct line and call you. And anybody else interested in Coach Hall, if you're a lefty, she'll help you right-handed. If you're a righty, well, with him, we'll see what happens.
Smoking Jim, put your pen down. You already have the number.
All right.
No, he lost it.
Jim got that number written on his head.
1181.
You better do it again because we didn't shut up for you, and I'm sorry. But
412-237-1181.
And that's for basketball
That's
tips.
for women's basketball tips.
Smoking Jim basketball
Yeah.
tips.
I'll give you Smoking Jim's number right now for those illegal gambling hotline tips. He always has those winners.
And I tell you, a good segue is, and Coach Hall would know this, and I don't know if they're called girls or women's basketball, but the Bethel Park Lady
Champions.
or WPIL champions
school?
this year
Those
in
are
high
girls.
school. Those are girls, okay.
And they're the champions here. So shout out again to Bethel Park.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to show up at Sip Sports Bar, champs, you're welcome to come up there. We'd love to have the
And
interview.
the Pittsburgh Force aren't broads.
That may be a segment in itself.
Well,
Well,
I
we have
think that's the
Coach-
whole
we'll go
segment
right
in
to
itself.
that segment
While we
now.
have
I'll
Coach
tell
Hall,
you.
while we have Coach Hall here,
Woo!
Coach Hall, how do you feel about some women thinking that they can go to the NBA and take on men? Do you think it's even physically possible?
I'm not going to say no to that. Because, I mean, obviously, men are supposed to be stronger than women in every aspect. However, when you get and we're probably talking about Brittany Griner, who's like
Correct.
the latest.
Exactly talking about it.
Yeah, All-American out of Baylor, 6'8". I mean, just dominated women's basketball for 2 years.
Right.
And Dallas Mavs had an offer on the table, possible offer to bring her to camp, let her go against the fellas, possibly draft her. And big discussion about, women playing against men at the pro level. Nancy Lieberman, back in the early 80s, she did it. She was a point guard.
Right.
And she talked about the difference was she was on the outside. She was around the perimeter. Brittany would be in the inside. Now, I've seen Brittany Griner before. She's a big girl. She's big and strong. Would she be able to hold her own? I think in some instances she would.
I think she can back Bosch down.
I mean, it would be a tough call, but I
might
don't
like
think she
that.
would be totally dominated. I'm an advocate for, women being able to do whatever we want to do in life, and especially in sports, honestly. You grow up and you have the guys.
You don't want to play
they,
football.
They pick you last until you understand that'll be the last time they pick you last.
Right, good point.
And then the fellas that gets picked last, they probably won't be playing too hard anymore because when you can play, the talent bears no difference. If you can get it done, you're gonna play. It's
It's
close.
about the physicality.
Well,
I'm not talking about the
physicality,
basketball skills.
sure.
I'm talking about the physical aspect
But
of the human body.
there's a closed-mindedness that comes along with this.
I won't never say
conversation
you can't.
about
or won't.
Well, you won't. But the mentality is that women play women's basketball, women play WNBA. I mean, you got the Pittsburgh Passion here. That's football.
Yeah, it is.
So
we worked the force
but
on
the
this show.
mentality.
Those broads.
See, there you go again. See, that's a whole nother section now. That's a whole nother.
how we
do it.
That's how we do it. That's how we
Coach Hall
do it,
goes
Coach.
back to the occasion.
That's how we do it, Coach.
No, we got to change. It's all about the mentality. It's not physicality. We got to break down the mentality. We had Bernadette Locke years ago. Coach Patino put her on staff. No one follows suit. The only other woman they talk about coaching is Pat Summitt, who we know won't coach. There's so many women out there that can coach college men's basketball, who can move to the pro level. You got men as pro scouts. That's like recruiting.
But you know how even high school kids are. Would they
It's
respect
a
a woman?
mentality.
Though?
It's
Could
a
you have a woman
mentality.
in charge of an all men's team? And that,
Sure, you had Teresa Weatherspoon on the I think the men's 6 foot and under league, the NBDL or something of that nature.
There you go.
So you gotta be in the loop.
She's up to the challenge,
You gotta
little
be in
Z.
the loop.
Hey, that's fine.
So when you talk about women being able to do what men do, it is physical. But before you get there, it's mental, because men, all they see is the beauty.
Yeah, that's
See,
all.
they
I
see
don't
the
think
beauty.
anybody's going to see a beauty in Brittany Griner.
I'm not going that
sorry.
direction.
Hey, just to interrupt you, I just got our control room guy, Devin Shea, must have heard me. The Buccos are winning 3-0.
Yeah, I'm glad they responded because last
Bottom
night
of
they
the
laid down.
first. Bottom of the first inning.
Did Pedro hit one?
I don't know. He's listening
That's-
in to us. He'll tell us if he did.
Pedro speaks English.
Yeah.
It's the
Said he's
mentality. It's the
Devin
mentality.
Shea.
Ocho Cinco.
Chad, your hands to yourself,
Ocho
Chad.
Stinko is my name, that's all.
Yeah,
He
he
earned his
never won anything.
reputation.
He was a loser.
And
He
he
was a
changed his
cancer.
name back then.
He was
So
a
how
cancer
crazy
in the
is
locker
that?
room. He'll go down with Terrell Owens
Yeah, I'm
as
with you on
being
that.
two of the most physically gifted individuals that never won anything.
Well, it's nice to see you on the same page with him finally. He
Well,
found a
what-
page
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
can
Well,
Smoking
read.
okay.
Jim was beating up on Tony Romo last night. Tony Romo's a winner. No, I'm kidding. He's a loser.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry,
what about
Jay
that?
Jones. I don't know what you see in that guy. That's what happens when you have an owner that's a general manager
Yeah.
holding you back like Al Davis and the Raiders for how many years?
Well, exactly. That happens.
I gotta
They're
get
all
my
full
T.O.
of
in there.
themselves.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You know, I get to say this in conversation, but since I'm live, this is even better. You know, T.O. was a crybaby. You know, give me the ball, Tony, give me the ball. They're not giving me the ball. Every third down, they come to T.O. Oh, there goes the ball out of bounds.
Clink.
Oh, yeah, clank. Oh, I missed another one.
Well, it's not like Tony Romo has the
Unbelievable.
greatest arm either.
You know, earn your money. Earn your keep. If you're going to cry, you better be able to wipe those tears by catching that ball.
Well, what do you
And
say to
nobody
the
has-
wide receivers of the New York Jets who don't have anybody to get them the ball?
That's the quarterback.
He throws a
Geno
bad ball so
Smith.
they can't catch it. It's an
Call
uncatchable
Geno
ball.
Smith up.
Well, right now I'm on T.O. because he bugged
Yeah.
me. So since I'm on live, I'm going to talk how much he
All right,
bugged me.
what's your real feelings about T.O.?
Overrated.
Good.
Overrated. You know, cry, wipe the tears, catch the ball. Too late now.
I think, to be honest with you, T.O. right now is locked up with Wesley Snipes for tax evasion.
Wow.
They're together right now. I think
Wow.
they're cellmates. For
Really?
Wesley.
Here you go, folks. That's why you should call in 412-831-3304. You get insights like this. You can talk sports. You can talk sports heroes
Always
in jail.
pay your taxes because Al Capone died in jail for evading his taxes. He killed a numerous amount of people over time.
Well, he didn't die because
he
of
died
his
with
taxes.
something.
Right.
It was
He died 'cause
syphilis.
of-
Yeah,
but he
syphilis, yeah.
died in jail.
It was causing
because of
Dang.
tax
complications
evasion.
there.
But he was in jail. He could have got better medical
Yeah.
coverage outside of jail, as many of you know.
Well, Al Capone, I tell you what, I don't like the tax evasion. They could have got him on something. That was cheap. He should have
Yeah.
still been out there.
Well, there you go, folks. We're covering taxes,
But let me have a
to
question.
diseases.
I have one
So you
question.
shouldn't have died because you could get better medical care.
It's true. Even today, those same things apply today. You could get better medical care when you're a free
Well,
man.
you got to read a little history on some of those diseases. When they go to a certain stage, it can't save you. You can get all the
Magic
medicine
Johnson
you want.
has the cure.
All right, take it easy.
Well,
Take
yeah,
it easy.
yeah, Magic.
You
does
can't
have-
just watch the videos. You got to read a few books, my friend.
All right, well, I'm
All
going to
right.
start reading.
I'll give you a couple books, and you
Okay.
got to read 2 or 3 of them,
All right.
because there are exceptions to the rule, and somehow Magic's a true
Well,
exception.
Magic
with
got
Magic.
the cure, and
Yeah.
his medicine is being carried around in his son's purse. But here's a question that I have for you guys. How does a guy like T.O. and Ocho Cinco, both of them made over $100 million in their career, how does professional athletes go broke? What,
Mismanagement.
You ever talk to Mike Tyson?
$300 million?
They belong to the same club. Sometimes
MC
you're paying
Hammer?
out, sometimes you're paying out 70, 80%, and then when you have your posse or your entourage, and it numbers 30, 40 people, you got a lot of mouths to feed, and
Hey,
a lot of
that's fine.
cars.
I would be lining my pockets. So hopefully somebody made some money off of these gentlemen.
Somebody
somewhere.
did.
Hopefully.
Wow.
Their agents.
King.
Don King made a ton.
No plan. You know, it's your money. You know, you have no plan for your money. All you can see is spend. You see nothing other than spend. You have no
Can that be
idea of
addictive?
saving. Excuse
Can
me?
that be addicting, spending?
Well, I'm sure because there's a list of them that's just been
Wow.
spending.
But you know what? I will say this, though. There's also a list of them like Floyd Money Mayweather that just have money in full rooms. So some must be good with money and some must be
Well,
bad.
part of the thing that Karen's alluding to is you have to have a plan.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a bad plan, that's sort of what happens. If you have a good plan and the right people, just like a lot of the young NFL stars, that they do make the money and put it away.
Well, wait a minute. Floyd Mayweather hadn't seen any adversity yet. This little red-headed Mexican gonna knock him out. And let's see how much
he's
money.
also he's also
after that.
Irish too. He's a redheaded Irish Mexican.
Boy, you guys are
Irish.
covering. Did anybody see the green aliens that come down in E.T. or anything? I want to be their friend. Please, E.T., come home.
I'm telling you.
Come to
Come on,
BPTV.
dial it up. Come on, dial it
Yeah,
up.
because We covered all the color now. We got two color guys.
He's an Irish Mexican. I mean, that's his descent.
I understand.
That's his descent.
I know. I wasn't being disrespectful. We're just covering a lot of
I'm
areas.
German. You're from Under Mercy Hospital. Smoking Jim is a Gator. Karen is from.
Be careful.
Mount
I didn't know
Alberta.
where you were from. I was going to finish. I was going to just set you up for an announcement.
Mount Alvernia High School, University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Okay, so
Lion,
you're
Lady
not from
Rebel,
southwestern
and-
Pennsylvania.
Well, Mount
You're a
Alvernia.
transplant.
Mount Alvernia, baby. Come on, that's Western PA.
Where's that at,
Do
though?
I need to give you?
Yes.
You
Give
gotta
him a
come to my
map.
camp. Now you gotta come to my library.
All right, I got to come.
Holy
All right,
Folks,
Coach.
you know what? He's going to be in the library session. This is
Yeah.
book reading this summer. Because reading is fun. The
Yeah.
mental.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all about getting better.
You know
too.
that pen and pad you got?
You
Bring it
will.
with you, baby.
You will. We've
Coach
already.
O. It's already done.
We're already-
in the book. It's done. It's done.
Hey, any last comments? We're looking at Heat. We got a guy wearing, what number is that?
That's
LeBron.
number 6 for you. Number 6.
They
LeBron
can't
James.
see the number. It's hidden.
Tonight he just has to step up and take over the game. I mean, we have
It'll be a
nothing to
blowout
lose.
tonight. It'll be a close
Home
game
team
7.
blowout?
Tonight, it'll be a Miami blowout. Game 7 will be very, very close.
Hold it. I got to ask the gambler
6.
here, folks. Now, this is not any direction or any past history. Doesn't mean anything, and this doesn't mean it's true. But is this a bet the house?
This is a stone cold lead pipe lock. I tell you what, Macaroni Tony, get to him as fast as you can, and anything that you can get, put it on the Miami Heat because it'll be a 30-point rout tonight.
Well, folks, here's a little disclaimer. We had 6 of those.
4.
Four of them.
Yeah.
4 of them didn't come in. I won't tell you what order they were, but the first couple were painful. It's hard to lose houses like that.
Boston, the Bruins won last night to
Yes,
take a
they
2-1
did.
lead. Game 3 will be in Boston. So
And me and Little Z were rooting for Boston, and then Smoking Jim has his favorite all-time player on Boston,
Yes.
Jaromir Jagr. He's all in with Jagr. He predicted he'd beat the Penguins, and he predicted a cup.
when Yager first was a Penguin and first moved, he stayed with a family right up the hill from me in West Homestead. He stayed with a family.
Upper St. West Homestead.
Upper St. West Homestead. Shout out to the Kamikaze Kid in Upper St. Hazelwood. I
Who
didn't see you
started
eating a
all this.
steak last night at Sips, so Mark must be getting a little, I seen you with a meatball hoagie, so he's doubling down a little bit on you, Kamikaze Kid. And he made you pay for that meatball hoagie, too, I saw it, so. Nah, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Kamikaze wasn't even
Campini's
there.
tonight, pizza, bomb, fire. Chip
50
loves
cents.
it. Al Levine knows Mr. Campini, so I'm going to have to get out there and check out some of Campini's
Yeah.
pizza.
Go to the original place on Potomac there. That's all.
Where's Potomac at for us kids that aren't familiar with that?
Well, here's how
part
it
of town?
works. You turn around where Sips Sports Bar is, and you go down. You'll see an Apple Inn on your right. You make a left at the light there. It's a second light, and that'll take you right to Campides. You go up there. When you see a gas station on your right, turn around in that gas station. Across the street is Campides there.
And Al Levine was there on Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday. He treated me to a Father's Day special
All right,
on Sunday.
all right.
He rode me around the block so many times I got dizzy, and we ended up in Campides.
That's where they ended up from Cal. That's
No, that was-
final destination.
You notice how even Little Z believes we were at Cal? Because he
I
said,
didn't know they were at Cal, and there was, like I said, me and Rob were mad, but Rob had to fight, and I was on the mic, and if I was just a
Little-
freestanding person in the building, these two gentlemen would have been in the building. So we're gonna make it up to them August 3rd. Believe me, they're gonna be treated with the
and
the
we will
swag
give
that
an
they deserve.
exceptional call on the fights. And all you got to do is listen to that great event. It's going to be a great venue.
I can't
The
wait.
Strip District, my friends, the Strip District.
31st Street Studios, 31st Street.
And they've done a lot of great films there, so we're going to have a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of great eating. I think the ribs are going to be great, from what you said.
Hey, we're gonna get to find out. Smoking Jim and me are gonna have a rib eating contest, and that's what's gonna kick off the festivities.
You guys want to talk any Steelers, or you just want to wait on the Steelers till the spotlight next week?
Well, I can't wait for the trouble. I get to be like a little kid before Christmas. Like I
Do you?
love football. That's my thing in Pittsburgh. Always was, always will be.
Do you go to the training camp?
Oh yeah, I love Latrobe. And hopefully this year I get to take a picture with Kiesel. So that's gonna look at something.
Oh, that'd be great.
Your
That'd be
beard's
great.
really, it
Yeah,
looks
well,
like you let
similarity
it grow
going
out a
on
little
there.
bit. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, well, we haven't lost a fight with this beard, and so hopefully August 3rd we keep the streak alive.
I knew something was going on. I wanted to announce another first on BPTV. The beard is alive.
The beard is alive.
Fear the beard.
We have lost no fights. Paul, Rod, the whole camp, we haven't lost a fight, so I can't let it go.
And you're putting Pittsburgh Kid in the beard too?
Oh yeah, Paulie's been down for the ride since his comeback.
Well, we got to get him out to Sip Sports Bar. You know that.
I'm trying to get him to call. The thing you guys don't understand is there's so much training that goes into pro boxing.
Yeah,
These guys, to truly be at an elite level, you have to condition yourself.
Oh, I
As
understand.
Coach Hall will let people know that to be an elite athlete, you really have to push yourself. And when you're tired or you're down, then you just have to keep going, and that's what these guys do.
Why don't they do this? Get their road work in by coming to Sip Sports Bar. We'll get them some
How about
cold
this?
water.
How about August? How about immediately following the next Monday after we win these belts, we'll get everybody in there with their belts. Everybody.
That's great.
Well,
Yeah,
Rod-
we did that with
Rod,
Rod
the
before. That was
champion.
great.
Salka has already done that. He is a man of his word. I have the utmost respect for him. He brought his belt that Monday after he won it.
We've all had that belt too. I've had that belt on my desk for a couple
And you can
days.
see it on Pittsburgh
sweet.
Sportsline Facebook. Just check
NABF.
back. NABA. And it's a nice belt. It's pretty heavy, too. He let me hold it for a
Fighting
couple
for
seconds.
2 on August 3rd. Rod will be fighting for 2 belts August 3rd.
Hey, and that's what his plan was. He had told us about when he was on the show to keep on moving up the ladder there and getting that top 15 so they recognize you. Then a lot of opportunities happen. So maybe he's going to be another Pittsburgh Kid who now lives in South Park. Bethel Park, don't get upset, but he's in South Park right now. And he is having a
South
baby.
Park are pretty much are so close to each other and in the same region.
And
Right.
Rod's not fighting Monty Mazur Clay on the 3rd, right?
No. Monty Mazur Clay, God bless your soul, you have a shoulder injury, a little banged up right now, so get well, Monty. 2 guns, as I call him, is the original, knowing him from way back in the day when Smoking Jim got rushed out of the home with Brush and Roller Ring. It wasn't a fight.
Really?
Yeah. I've had the pleasure of seeing most of these guys fight before they even put gloves on, so that's even more of a pleasure.
Wow. We're going to have to get a little segment just with your stories on the
Right?
boxing.
That's right.
Hey.
You ever put the gloves on, Little Z?
No, that's something they've wanted me to do for a long time. I've never actually put gloves on and
Really?
punched. True statement, true fact.
Get out. I didn't know. I
Because
thought
I'm
you would've
kind of
had-
like Rocky versus Hulk Hogan. Whenever they take the gloves off, man, get these gloves off of me right now.
Cut me,
Please,
Nick.
please,
Cut me, Nick.
get the gloves off. And let's see, now you can feel
Let's see
me.
what you got.
Really?
Yeah, now you
Nice.
can
He
feel
said,
me.
let's see what you got.
So, would you be known as a Munhall brawler?
Oh yeah, for sure, for certain.
And that's a fact.
That's
Okay.
a fact. That's a known fact.
That's certified.
Homestead too. I moved up like the Jeffersons. I started out on 10th Avenue. Now I live on 20th Avenue.
And
So,
even though my man has been talking different nationalities and race, Little Z is one of the most open-minded, loves everybody, doesn't see
Oh, yeah.
color.
I'll tell you
he's
guys
the
a-
least prejudiced guy I know. What he doesn't like is people that can win that are losers. He hates to see
Yeah.
people underachieve.
Correct.
Because he's all about positive stuff, and I wanted to touch a little bit on that. He's now coaching in the Charlie Batch League.
All right.
So the best of Batch.
Anytime I get the call, I fill in for everybody.
Sweet.
So, like I said, you'll see me on the midget football sidelines. You'll see me in softball games. You'll see me at Little League games at Troutman. And you'll see
And
me
here,
at the Chuck
folks,
Batch League.
I wear a shirt all around the community, and the towel, it's nice and cool in here. Devin's keeping the temperature right, even though we're by ourselves, still locked in the room here. He's done a great job with the cameras, folks, so hope
And
you
for the
appreciate
people at
it.
home, my grandfather, John Brenner, started a family of 8 in Clareton, and he was in World War II, and he worked in the steel mills up until he died. He died at 93 years old. And whenever I used to ask my grandfather, what are we? He would get mad and he would say, we're American. So he never specified where on this globe that we were from. So his response was always, we're American. So
One thing
that's it.
I know about your grandfather, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, is 2 things he used to say: "We're American," and "I'm getting my family out of Clareton."
Well, actually, he never did that. He stayed in Clareton up until his last days and lived out his life in Clareton. And shout out to the Bears. We run single A football.
There you go.
Smoking Jim's always welcome in Clarendon, folks. Don't believe none of the hype or hoopla. As long as he's with me, no matter what, we're good.
I heard rumors they like to chase him out of Clarendon every so often. He's lit up some phone lines.
And Still Valley now, too, but don't worry. When he's in Still Valley, he's good.
Was it the hands? Was it the hands? Was that what it was?
It was the mouth.
It was the mouth. It was
Okay.
it was the mouth. It wasn't the hand.
He's a great MC. He's a great announcer.
Right.
And he does talk about a lot of things. But a lot of people don't get his humor. Sometimes he's doing a little teasing. At least I think he is.
Yeah.
But I'm finding out some of it he's a little more serious and a deep thinker. So now I understand why a couple people get rankled by it. I'm still on the R words here, Smoking Jim. They get rankled with
Yeah,
my
I did
man.
notice that little pronunciation. It was a little different.
Well, he had a little residue that he brought up the other night. So I stayed with the R words, had the dictionary open to see if I could compete with it. But as you see, there's an A after the R, so I fell back a little bit. He was more advanced. But that's our little
At
extra.
Brenner Contracting, we're dedicated to keeping Smoking Jim out of the reservoir.
And we always like when people can come up with some verbiage like that. So you can see we set the bar high at the
High,
R.
it was high.
And folks, we appreciate you watching the show. I'm getting a lot of great feedback in the area. We're being seen from Dormont to Plum to Monroeville to Upper St. Clair,
Munhall.
East Liberty, Munhall. Verizon 32, people are watching us all over. In the city of Pittsburgh, they're watching us on 32, let alone our home area, BPTV
Comcast 7,
and BP,
YouTube.
YouTube,
Facebook.
and Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. We're going to close it down. We got a few minutes to go. Karen, if you have some things that you want to put out there and any shameless promotion for what you do, I'm all about that, and that's why I'm glad that you could make it tonight and fill in for us. I'm really happy that you could.
Well, I tell you what, thank you guys. It's been great. It's been fun. I mean, we love talking sports. What a great opportunity.
Well, we covered a
to
little
do
more
so.
than sports
Well, I'm
there.
just keeping it where.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
The guys in the middle did enough for the
Okay.
four of us. So. But it was fun. We do have, I'm busy all over the place with basketball.
Well, when's your camp start?
Well,
Or?
couple things. I'm involved with the Ozanam basketball program, and we have an 18 and under women's league, going on down in
Okay.
West End.
18 and under, I'm not showing up now.
Recreation Center. We started maybe 2 weeks in, but it actually gives me a great opportunity to recruit unsigned seniors for this upcoming fall at CCAC Allegheny. I'm the head women's basketball coach there. We actually over at CCAC have started an open gym for graduating seniors, college players, active college players, and former college players. Again, it's a great run. You just come, lace them up. Let's see what you got and make it happen. But again, tonight was great, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Hold it, wait,
to
one
be
more
on.
second. Call the coach at CCAC, 412-237-1181.
That's beautiful. You love team members that listen. You love them.
And I don't know how you top that, Smoking Jim. You know what we got going on, so you can give a couple little promotions here.
Well, I tell you what, CCAC's men's coach for years was legendary and helped out a lot of young men not only play junior college basketball, but go on to D1 schools, and it was a great program. Tonight, my prediction is that Tony Parker and Tim Duncan's ex-wives will be happy tonight because the Heat's going to blow them out by 30.
And that leads right up to Little Z wearing the Heat. He's got number 6 on his back, and Little Z and I predicted the Heat would win. So go ahead, Little Z. What do you got going
Well, I
on?
just hope the Heat win tonight, and let's take it to a Game 7. And it's been a good series, and that's all you can pretty much hope for. It's been a good hockey series, a good basketball series, hopefully a good World Series, and hopefully can't wait to be with the Steelers in the Trobe.
Wow, you covered a lot of territory, my friend. We're going to wind this down. Go Buccos tonight. I hope Morton can...
Nobody that Kool-Aid chip.
You got the pirate Kool-Aid. Is it grape? Because that was pretty sour when I had it.
Yeah, it's a
but
little
it's
sour
sweeter
still.
now.
We'll see what they're like after the All-Star break, folks.
Well, we got to wait till August because when they were well, we're not going to talk negative. Let's stay positive. Go Steelers, go Heat. Whatever Smoking Jim said, bet the house. Enjoy it. This was for recreational purposes only. I'm betting the towel. Have a nice night, folks. Watch us again. Take care.